Shalom, shalom. Now, before I continue on with this lesson, of course, I would like to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Chakodash. Give a double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutations towards you hopeful elect that's been sincerely pushing the truth. Now, I'm the brother Zakaya, coming at you from the GMS Campbell in the church. And as you can see, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, again, that the whole world is nearly called God and Jesus Christ, for those who don't know, I'm back at it with another lesson, excuse me. Now, as you can see on the screen right here, this lesson is going to be pertaining unto spiritual power, okay? And I already have a title right here. It says, some will turn from fishing to hunting, all right? And what I mean by that is, we're in the time of fishing right now. We still fishing out the elect. We're still going out here on the highways and hedges, week in and week out, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, all the way on down, okay? And another form of fishing is also pushing your lessons, okay? But we're going to come into a time, and everybody's going to see it, man. For those who do, you're going to see men with spiritual powers, all right? So without further ado, excuse me, I may mistake said ability because I was I was reading this right here. But this is the word power. All right, it's a noun. And it's the online at tamon.com. It says, I'm just get right into it. It says ability. Okay. Ability to act or do. Hold on, let me click this so like it. It says ability to act or do, strength, vigor, might, especially in battle. Okay, when we are in a spiritual warfare, keep that in mind. Okay, and it's going to come to a point in time to where Esau, remember that the main enemy of our story, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, the one who ruled the world in darkness, man. All right, I'm talking about them. There's going to come to a point in time to where he's going to actually try to get carnal with some of us through his blessing, which is the sword. Okay, it says battle. This is a spiritual war. Efficiency, control, mastery, lordship, dominion, ability, or right to command or control, legal power or authority. Who gave us this power? Who gave us somewhat of an authority in the times to come? Okay? Hey, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. All right? We're going to be doing many miracles and works, and you're going to see power in his name. Again, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, that the whole world ignorantly called God and Jesus Christ. Yahweh in the Paleo Hebrew, which means he exists, okay? And the only begotten son name is Yahweh Shai. And also in the Paleo Hebrew, which means savior or deliverer, because he's going to come back and save us from our captivity. He's going to deliver us from our enemies, from the time of Jacob's trouble, from the missiles. And we're going to be delivered, Lord willing, we'll be a part of that number. So without further ado, I'm going to go to Jeremiah 16:16. Just right quick. This is Jeremiah 16, verse 16. And it reads, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh. So if you look around, for those who know, all right, we're in a time of fishing out the elect. Making sure for those who sincerely believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai are good. Okay, remember, we have a shepherd, which is Yahweh Shai, and we are his sheep. And we are scattered throughout the four corners of the whole earth. So in this ministry, there's a lot of fishing going on. Fishing out the elect, saith the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send forth many hunters. So we're going to come into a time or a season to where a lot of people is going to witness this hunting season, okay? When you hunt something, you hunt to, you hunt to kill, okay? You hunt to devour, which come in the form of power, man, which is of who? Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, okay? Matter of fact, let's go here right quick, get some words. It's the word hunt. It's a verb. So you're going to see this in action. All right. Literally, it says chase game. It says I'm gonna skip this part. House develop. Hold on, let me get to the main parts. It says hunter to cease capture. All right. That's pretty much it. It says search diligently for anything. All right. So there's gonna come to a point in time to where our enemies, whoever come against Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, however the Lord has it in the spirit, you will be hunted. Okay? You cannot hide from the destruction that's about to come. You cannot hide from Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, our power, the one, our Father, man, the one who created the heavens and the earth, man. Okay? The omnipotent one. You cannot hide from him. Whether you have the most expensive bunker in the world or whether you know a location nobody knows. Whatever the case might be, you will be hunted. And that's also in the scriptures. So let's go back to Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send forth many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send forth many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. What do that sound like? Again, I already mentioned it, but you're going to have these super, elite rich people, okay, and his companions, these other heathens. They're going to have money too. Remember, America, Babylon the Great, which is America, was a golden cup, okay? And they ate deliciously with this whore. Everybody making money off this great whore. Everybody making money off of America, which is that great whore, man, that everybody look up to, okay? And everybody with it systematically, doing a lot of trades, making money, and eating deliciously with her, getting rich. You got that saying, the rich get richer and, and the poor get poorer, man. That's literal, okay? But it says, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Come on, man. For my eyes are upon all their ways. So you can't hide from Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. You can't hide from the destruction and the judgment that's about to come, especially for those who are on the bad side of things, okay? They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. And you're going to have some jade with money too that's going to try to, they're going to find themselves trying to get away or hide. Man, that's not going to work. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, he's a man of his word, a power of his word. He's our God, man. And what he says is going to happen is literally going to happen. We just want to be on the good side of things, okay? Matter of fact, let me get this right quick. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up, which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sue. A time to keep silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. That's what we're experiencing right now. Okay? Really all these things. All right? Some greater than others. But this is the one I want to point out right here. A time to love, in verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war. We're in a spiritual warfare. Okay, so the Lord, he's going to use some of us, all right, in the spiritual war. And it's going to get physical too, all right, to basically magnify his name. And it's all going to be a part of prophecy. Certain events that's already, spoken in the scriptures is going to play out within our lifetime. It says a time of peace, okay? So there's a certain time that the Lord is going to set up a certain particular time to where we're going to be turned, some of us going to be turned from fishers into what? Hunters. It says hunter, a person or animal that hunts, a person searching for something. See, you're going to get searched out. You can't hide. You're going to get searched out. And it's not going to be like a movie. Prime example, Maze Runner. You know, they literally had to search that whole maze out. But with Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, we're going to know where you're at. The Lord is going to know where you're at, okay? Come here. Sit down. It's like you. Give me what's that. But yeah, going back to the scriptures, let's get Isaiah. Just right quick. Isaiah 59 and 19. And it reads, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Yes, man, you're going to be able to take flight. Okay, imagine a flood. Just imagine you being somewhere, all right, and an actual flood came in. How would you be able to escape that flood? You would take flight. All right, let's get this word standard. Just right quick. Give me 1 second. This is the definition of it.
Strong's H 5127. Noose. Noose.
Which that's not how you say it. Nah. Let me see. This is the Assyrian, so you have to get this in Assyrian Hebrew. It wouldn't be pronounced noose. Let's get the actual definition. It says to flee, escape. See? To flee or escape. To flee, to escape, to take flight, depart, disappear. Do that sound like spiritual power to you? Do that sound like some of the things that we see on TV or social media, YouTube, video games, anime, however you want to put it? You're going to have the ability to disappear. You're going to have the ability to take flight, looking like Superman, but more spiritual, better, okay? You're going to be able to escape that flood that's about to come. And who represents that flood? The enemy. The enemy has drones. He has his weaponry. He has advanced technology. He was blessed with the sword again. And he's going to use that sword to come in like a flood. And in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, we're going to be able to take flight. We're going to be able to flee, to escape, to depart, to disappear. It says to fly, literally. Okay? To fly, to the attack on horseback. Okay? But the main part I want to take in is to fly. Okay? You're going to be able to fly, man. In the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, he's going to deliver you by allowing you to take flight, to escape something, to get away from something, or deliver somebody. There might be a brother in a concentration camp, whatever the case might be, and the Lord's going to put the spirit on you to take flight, to escape. Okay? So now, let's continue on in verse 20. It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and to them that turn from transgression, and Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yes, man, he's always dealing with Yasharallah. He's always dealt with Jacob. All right, which later on got his name turned to Israel. But he's always dealing with the southern and the northern kingdom. But as a whole, we are Yasharallah, prince of the power in the Paleo Hebrew. Excuse me. It says, as for me, This is my covenant with them, not the whole world. Again, I wanted to point that out. Saith the Lord Yahweh, my spirit that is upon thee, my words which I have put in thy mouth. That lets you know we're not just making things up. The Lord literally said, and my words which I, have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Lord Yahweh, from henceforth and forever. Okay? Now, let's go to Jeremiah 51. Just right quick. Jeremiah 51 and verse 19. And it reads, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. He keeps saying with thee, and with thee, and with thee. Matter of fact, let me I'm gonna put a pause on this. Let's get second Corinthians 6. Because the Lord, he uses us. All right? Remember, we're vessels. 2 Corinthians, let's go 6 and 16. Yeah. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 16. And what agreement have the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power. Remember, in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh name means what? He exists. He's a living power. Don't forget that. It says, as the Most High have said, I will dwell in them and walk in them. I will be their power, and they shall be my people. You see that? So he dwells within us. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. You got to believe that. Okay? I'll talk to myself first and foremost as well. But you get what I'm saying. So let's go back right quick. He uses us, man, as a vessel. We are the temple of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And also that third temple. Okay? Which is spiritual. What was I? Oh, yeah. Jeremiah 51 and 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them. For he is the form of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Again. Verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. Let me reread that. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. Like you are my battle axe. You are my weapons of war. I'm going to use you. Okay? In another sense, it says, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman. It don't matter who you are, okay, what gender you are. And you're going to know what's a man and what's a woman, all right? You got a lot of, you guys know, Transformers and stuff. But come on, man, this is going to be made manifest. A lot of people are going to see this judgment. You're going to see people getting slaughtered by somebody who gained spiritual power. And that's going to be the man of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, a man of the Lord, man. It says what? And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. It don't matter your age. It do not matter. It don't matter if you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. Okay, 10 years old, 15 years old, 28 years old. You could be 99, man. You could be 200. All right? I'm just throwing numbers out there at this point. But it don't matter, man. It says old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. Let's continue on. I will also break in pieces. That don't sound too pleasant. To break you in pieces? Come on, man. That don't sound too pleasant, but this actually is gonna happen. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces the captains and rulers. So the Lord's gonna break this place down from the top to the bottom. Businesses, okay, churches, everything you see, your vehicles, your car. You might have a brother pick up a Lamborghini and throw it at the enemies, man. You will never know, man. The Lord's going to use his men to literally break this place into pieces. And at the same time, too, don't forget about the chariots, man. You got Michael the Archangel, okay? Man, we're in a time of war. Even the chariots are going to get down. The angels are going to get down, man. The animals are going to get down. The Lord's about to turn this place inside out. Okay? You know how somebody, they look regular before a fight, and then after a bad fight, their face is like pink and blue and purple, and they're bleeding, they missing teeth. Man, come on, man. This great whore is about to get beat the hell up, and she's about to get touched by that fire, and she's going to get burnt up. You cannot make this up, man. Let's continue on. It says, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea and all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight. That lets you know the Lord, he didn't forget about us either, or all the things that these other nations have done unto us. We're going into after captivity, after captivity, after captivity. And one way or another, they always messing with us, okay, on all sides. It says, evil that they have done in Zion and in your sight, saith the Lord Yahweh. Behold, I am against thee, old destroying mountain, okay? Different governments and stuff, all right? From the top to the bottom, man, we've always been messed with. That's why they changing up. That's why the scripture talks about unrighteous decrees, all of that. It's all against us. It's not to benefit. This place is not to benefit us. This system that they created and everything that goes on this side of on this side in the society or wherever you are is always against Israel, man. And they try to make laws to better themselves. This is a destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, was destroyed of all the earth. And I will search out mine hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain. Yes, man. That's why you think the scripture says the fashion of this world is going to pass away. Okay? Everything that they have done, established, created, all against the children of Israel with their perpetual hatred is going to be done away with. It's going to be over with. And they shall not take thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations. But thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord Yahweh. Come on, man. You're going to be destroyed. This place is going to be destroyed. Everything about this place is going to be destroyed and burnt up to a crisp. And then 100% righteousness is going to be established through Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, all the way on down. All right? I'm going to get Revelation 6 and 14 just right quick. It's Revelation 6 and 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll. Now, this is talking about when those nuclear missiles get set off, okay? It's going to look like a mushroom cloud once it detonate, once it hit its target, okay? That's what you see when you look at those mushrooms. The mushroom cloud, it's going to be like a scroll on each side rolled together, right? If you take a literal scroll, you can kind of see it if you have that type of imagination. But I'm not going to get it right now. Matter of fact, I could get it. Why not? Why not? I don't even know what to put. Mushroom cloud? From the atomic bombs. Let's put nukes. I could have worded it better. I don't know. See this? This is what it's talking about right here. Like a scroll being rolled together. It forms a what? A mushroom cloud. This is what we're going to see. World War III. The times to come right here. Okay? It's a good one. It's a little crazy. Let's go back to the scriptures. Revelation 6 and 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Yeah, because the scripture talks about the earth is going to be like a drunkard. You're going to feel the earth rock to and fro like a drunkard, okay? It's going to be a earthquake, a major earthquakes, plural, from those nukes, from the missiles. And the kings of the earth, okay, peep this, and the kings, plural, of the earth, and the great men, plural, and the rich men, and the chief captains, it's also plural, and the mighty man, all right, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. See? What do you think that's talking about? The bunkers and stuff, man. Or these underground cities they be talking about. Those are actually real, okay? They ain't gonna tell you, though. Prime example, what's that movie, 2012? Man, they had bunkers and underground cities. Okay, that was an underground city, basically. All right? People can just run inside a mountain and a big-ass door open up for them. You know, you get different passwords, you know, a certain area to stay in. You get what I'm saying. But come on, man. What did they have in 2012? They had chief captains. They had rich men, great men. Some was kind of regular, you know, people. That's why he said bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. It says, and said to them, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Because it's going to happen. They know what's going to happen. It says, for the day, for the great day of his wrath is come. And who shall be able to stand? Come on, nobody. The only way you're going to escape this judgment, if it's the Lord will, man. If the Lord is with you. And he's going to be with us. Started with the hopeful elect, Lord willing, we'll be a part of that number, man. He's not going to be with our enemies. He's going to destroy our enemies. Just like they've been, you really think he's going to save our enemies after they've been, you know, destroying us? Air quality, pollution, the media, the laws, everything was always against us. You really think that the Lord is going to save these you think he's going to save these fuckers, man? Excuse my language. Okay, it gets you kind of mad, man. You think he's going to save these people? He's not going to save our enemies. He's going to destroy our enemies. And that's what we're reading into. Okay? But, yeah, this is coming. All right? I always remember that. That's pretty much all I had, man. So whoever tuned in within this lesson, I hope it was edifying unto you, Lord willing, okay? I'm going to end off this lesson by giving all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Give a double honor to my apostles and elders, great millstone, and peace, love, and salutation towards you, hopeful elect. This been sincerely pushing the truth, all right? Until next lesson, shalom.